And welcome back to the channel. Lucas from Mars here, and today we are going to take a look at the prospect intro. So today we're going to go through a few major prospects that we want to highlight, some 8 potential guys. We're going to start here with Jim Locke, 74 overall, 23 years of age, and we're going to have a few of these episodes here. I really want to introduce mainly all of the top 50 prospects that we have in this franchise. These are the future stars of the league, so we really want to highlight them, and we're going to be doing kind of some updates, AAA and AA stuff as the season continues and keeps going here. Michael Owace is a 20-year-old pitching prospect there for the Bees, but mainly really focusing here on the offensive guys for Salt Lake. Now, and like I said, we're going to have a few episodes of this. I don't know how many exactly, because we did record quite a few episodes, because, you know, this is the opening day of the AAA and AA season. So, these videos might be, a few of these might be long, because, you know, don't want to have like 10 videos on just showing the prospects. So, you know, the videos might be longer than usual, but we're going to get through it here. We're going to get through it all together. Now, Cesar Fernandez there, you saw a 75 overall, 21-year-old, grounding out to third base. And now Cesar is Turris, I think that's how you pronounce it. He would actually hit a double there into the gap in between, mainly right to center field. That would score the run. And so Salt Lake would get on the scoreboard first here with a double and an RBI. 1-0. Ortiz is Turris. He is a player in real life now. He is pretty old in this game, and at this point probably won't be really getting into any major league team. And a strikeout there to end the bottom of the second inning. And so we will, we'll check in at the All-Star break, especially with AA and AAA, and then we'll cover the AAA and AA playoffs. We'll go over their stats. We'll go over how some of these players progressed as the season went along. Now, Forrest Andrews is a top prospect, a first baseman for the Chihuahuas there. I think he is part of the San Diego Sharks organization, as that's the major league team that's affiliated with the Chihuahuas here. And he actually hits a home run there in the quick manage. Strikeout there of Omar Velez, the leadoff hitter. Now we got Jim Locke, who was 0 for 1 on the afternoon. And who would take the first pitch and hit it a line drive to the shortstop, but it's caught right on a line, but right to the shortstop, who makes a pretty nice play there to make the catch. Now still in the top of the 4th inning here, a tie game 1-1, a double down the line as the outfielder kind of has trouble picking the ball up, but it won't really matter. He's going to get to second base, and so man in scoring position now for the Bees. And again, we're going to be continually showing these prospects off. Now, let's see what Jamison Hanna will do here with the man in scoring position here. And he will go after the first pitch as well, and he sends a ball into the gap in center field, and that's basically the same place where Turris hit his double, but he's going to try and go for third, and he's going to get there, a triple for Jamison Hanna there, as he gives Salt Lake the lead, and they take the 2-1 advantage here, and a shot into the corner there and into the gap, as it's 2-1 now. So now we're here with one away. Cesar Fernandez up now, and he would fly it into center field. It's caught a line drive, and they don't actually tag up the runner. I think they would have. I think if they would have, he would have been safe pretty easily there, actually. I think kind of a bad read on the runner's part there at third base. He should have definitely tagged up and at least tried to score on that play. I think he would have been safe. So now it's Turris again, who, of course, hit the RBI double in his last AB. Let's see what he does here with this man on third base after swinging and missing on a really good first pitch. Takes a look at strike 2 at the knees. And he would end up getting out there, so now he would go to the top of the 5th inning here with Omar Velez, the leadoff hitter again, as taking a ball there. Now 1-1 count to Velez is a base hit into left field. So Omar Velez getting some success here and getting a single. And now we got Jim Locke, who is up and trying to steal, going to second base, stealing the bag. They actually would give him credit for the stolen base there, and the catcher dropping the baseball, but they decided to give him credit for the single anyway. Now, unlucky here for Jim Locke because he had perfect on that swing, but it's just a line drive ground ball to the shortstop. The second base, Omar Velez at second base, didn't really run the bases very well there because he started to try and go to third, even though he really shouldn't have. He should have stayed at second base, but Jim Locke probably would have been thrown out at first base anyway. So now we keep going here. We keep going to the top of the 6th inning. Jamison Hanna up, and he would send a ball into deep right field. Still carrying back, and it's gone! A home run for Jamison Hanna, who had the triple earlier in the game, and now he hits a dong. A home run there, and I believe that would make it 3-1 for the Bees, and that would be the end of the night. The end of the night for Jeff Hoffman. He would come out of the game at that point. Now, for the Chihuahuas, they would bring in Andre Santos, a really promising young relief pitcher here for the Chihuahuas and for this Sharks organization. 21 years of age, 74 overall, 75 overall, I believe. He is really a promising relief pitcher, one of the most promising relievers in the entire league right now. So let's see what he will do here against Cesar Fernandez, who takes a look at a perfect pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Another 1-1 count is another 1-1 pitch is a fly ball. That's going to be caught out there and left for the second out of the inning. Now the next guy, the number 9 hitter here, 1-2 pitch, and he looks at strike 3 called. A perfectly placed change up there on the inside corner. Andre Santos, he's got pretty even stats. He's not unbelievable at one thing necessarily. He's just really good at pretty much everything. So he will be facing off now against Omar Velez again, and that would be a fly ball. That would actually drop in for a base hit. So Omar Velez, his second hit of the game, I believe, and he would get on again here for Salt Lake. Now we get Jim Locke, 0 for 3 in the night. He's looking for his first hit. He's made some really nice contact in this game. Just hasn't found a hole yet with his swing. So let's see if he can finally get on base, do something. He hits a ground ball again. Good timing on the swing, and it was a pitch that he could hit easily, but then he grounds into a double play. So Jim Locke, unlucky. That's how I would describe his night tonight. Unlucky for sure, as he got some solid contact. He just never could get on with a single or with a hit. So Andre Santos did a good job there, pitching-wise. Got a strikeout, pitched a couple of innings. And then in the quick manage, actually, here, El Paso doing a little rally there as they would actually get a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th. So now all of a sudden, Salt Lake is down by a run here in the top of the 9th inning. So Cesar Fernandez starting the inning off, and he would get a base hit up the middle. So Salt Lake trying to tie up the game, having some life here, as Omar Velez starting the 9th inning off with a base hit. Now Cesar Izturis, who doubled, and he would send a ball right field and deep, and it's gone into the bullpens out there in right center field, and that's a 2-run home run. Cesar Izturis gives Salt Lake the lead. 6-5. The Bees are now out in front. And what a huge homer here in the top of the 9th inning for Salt Lake, as Cesar Izturis having a night for him, an RBI double earlier, and now a go-ahead 2-run home run here in the top of the 9th inning. So now it's Jim Locke again, still looking for his first hit of the night, but he wouldn't get it here as he would just fly one center field. A pretty nice play, actually, by the center fielder to make the catch and run it down. So Jim Locke went over 4. Again, he had hard hits every single time, but he just could not get anything to fall and drop in there. So now, bottom of the 9th. And let's see, Chihuahua's down to the last few outs here as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And I believe he would quick sim this bottom of the 9th inning. The Bees would bring in Kevin Ackerin, who's another young, promising reliever, young, promising closer, 23 years of age, so he's a little bit on the older side as far as prospects go, but he is still good. I think he's still a couple of years away from actually being in the majors, and he would not have to deal with too much trouble there in the 9th inning. He would get out of the inning, and he would get the game over with for Salt Lake. So the Bees would win this game here. You can see part of that young core, hopefully, for Salt Lake. I can't really remember who this team is in AA. I'm trying to think, and I can't really remember, to be honest. But they got some really good prospects on that team, and now that we're gonna move on to another game here as we get to focus on the Trash Pandas, Rocket City Trash Pandas. This is the AA affiliate for the Los Angeles Dragons, I believe. And in this episode here and in this game, we're going to focus on probably one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball, Jamie Del Villar. He was a #1 pick, or at least a top 3 pick in last year's draft. I'm pretty sure he was a #1 pick. Actually, no, he wouldn't have been a #1 pick if the Dragons drafted him. He was a top 3 pick in last year's draft, I know that. And he's only 18 years old, and he's already over a 70 overall. In statistics, he is one of the best young pitching prospects in the entire game. So really excited to see what Jamie Del Villar does. He's going to start the season here in AA, but honestly, he will probably be moved up to AAA and maybe even the majors. I don't think he's going to hit the major leagues this season. Again, at 18 years old, we want to kind of keep him in development in the minors, but he is going to be in the bigs really in just a couple of years' time. Now, Brandon Cox here for the Montgomery Biscuits, their #3 hitter, and you can see here, 19 years old, and he's got some really good contact stats, 71 for both of his contact numbers, and he would just pop it out. So, Jamie Del Villar, again, gonna probably end up being in AAA at the end of the year, and we'll see where his stats are at the end of this season. I really don't want to rush him, so if I don't feel like he's ready to hop into the rotation next year, then I will not do it. So now we get Johnny Wolf up, and Johnny Wolf, really quick glance at the stats. He's only 20 years old. He's got some potential for sure. And he would hit a ground ball, though, over to shortstop to throw it over to first for the out. And so Jamie Del Villar with the lead here in this game, 1-0. And Jamie Del Villar, honestly, with his statistics, he should probably dominate these AA hitters, most of the AA hitters. But here against this batter, he gives up a long home run to left field. Peralta there, an absolute bomb into right field. That was really hit hard. That was crushed for a long home run, and the game will be tied at that point. The Biscuits would tie it up at 1 apiece. Jamie Del Villar just didn't put that ball in the right location, and he paid for it with a home run. Peralta doing a little flip of the bat there after he hit that home run. He knew it was gone. And off of the wall there, 409 feet. That was crushed. So now we get the Tim Erasmus here. Still top of the second inning. That would end the inning and end the second for Jamie Del Villar. And Jamie Del Villar doesn't have a whole bunch of crazy strikeout stuff, but he is very good at limiting hits, good at limiting home runs, even though you just saw him give up one there in that inning. But in my opinion, he should really be dominating most of the AA hitters. He should really have a pretty easy time down here in AA. I think he's probably one of the best pitchers in the entire AA system. So now here he would get a strikeout of the batter there, as a high fastball. He doesn't have a chance to catch up to it, and that will be Jamie Doval's first strikeout of the game. And again, doesn't have a whole ton of strikeout potential, but he can do it when he really wants to. So now, 2-0 pitch to the leadoff man here. That is going to be a base hit, and actually they would throw it to first from the outfield, and they would actually get him out. You saw some guys in the major leagues trying to do that, but fail. But how about that in the Double-A? The outfielder from left field throws it to first, so an F8 to the first baseman, an F8-3. That's a weird scoring card, but that is an out. Man, what a weird play there. So now Jamie Dovalar getting a good call there on the changeup. That was probably a ball. And then the next pitch is a high fastball, and again, he got a strikeout on the high fastball. That time he got him looking for his second strikeout of the night. And again, taking a nice look at that pitch. That was a really good pitch for Jamie Dovalar. And he would give up a base hit up the middle here, though, to the next batter here in the top of the fourth. So just need to work around the base hit as, I mean, it was hit hard right up the box. And so now you get Johnny Wolf coming up here with 2 away in the fourth inning. The man on first base. And let's see what happens. First pitch to him. Looks like it's going to be a high fastball. And he pops it up. On the infield, the second baseman goes into the outfield to make the catch and end the inning. So here we go, middle of the fourth inning. Jamie Dovalar again gave up that home run, but hasn't given really anything up since then. As we move on here, top of the fifth inning, the number 5 hitter, Aaron Montano. A ground ball here. Jamie Dovalar could have had a chance to pick it up, but the shortstop got it anyway and throws it to first base to end the fifth inning. So Jamie Dovalar continuing to pitch really well here. 5 innings complete for him now. And now an 0-2 pitch to Rivas. And strike 3 called on a high fastball again. And Rivas looks at it for strike 3. Jamie Dovalar, his third strikeout of the night. And he's got them all on high fastballs. 2 looking now, 1 swinging. And now 0-2 pitch to Chester Minton is a ball, really. That was a very close pitch. And that could have been called a strike on the corner there. That was very close. Now the 1-2, that was definitely a strike, I think. And Jamie Dovalar definitely thinks that was in the strike zone, telling the Blue what he feels about that pitch and where that pitch was. Telling him, come on, man, you got to punch me out. You got to punch him out there, and I think that was definitely a strike. So a couple of really borderline pitches here, but nothing really comes of it because it's a ground ball. Second base, they would get the 1 out there, but they would not be able to turn 2. So maybe something would come of it here as they have a base runner for Brandon Cox, who's 1 for 2 with that base hit that he got in the 4th inning. And he would send a fly ball. This is going to be shallow, and that is going to drop in there for a base hit. So, yeah, maybe something happening here for the Biscuits in the 6th inning in a tie game. Brandon Cox with his 2nd hit of the night. And that would bring up Rick McGraw here is 0 for 2, and he would actually get hit with a pitch inside. And man, just a missing location there for Jamie Dovalar. Definitely no intent behind that ball, as he really did not understand where that ball was going to go. But now you bring up Johnny Wolf in the biggest spot in the bowl game so far tonight. Here with the bases juiced and 2 away in the inning. He's 0 for 2, looking to wipe away that sleep clean. This is definitely the biggest spot of the ball game here. The 2-1 pitch to him now. Ground ball, hard hit, but right to the second baseman who throws it over to the shortstop to end the inning. And Jamie Dovalar getting out of the bases loaded jam there in the 6th. And still keeping the game tied at 1-1. So now the offense really needing to come through for him here. They still haven't taken the least off and given him anything. Now we go to the top of the 7th inning, and that's not a fastball, that's a curveball. That gets a strikeout for Jamie Dovalar, his 4th strikeout of the game, and his 3rd strikeout looking. I really like his stuff, though. I think his stuff has good movement on it. I don't know if he just doesn't really throw. I don't think he really throws the ball very fast, and I think his lack of velocity is one of the main reasons that he doesn't get a whole ton of strikeouts. But he does get out of the 7th inning there, and that would be the end of his game. So he wouldn't get the win for this game unless the offense scored some runs for him. Let's see. Bottom of the 7th here, 2 away, a couple of walks. And guess what? They do actually get a run for him. Now, there is a base hit to give a 2-1 lead here to Rocket City and the Trash Pandas. Now we would continue to sing here. We would bring on their closer here on the top of the 9th, and he would get the final 3 outs to end the ball game. So Jamie DeVillard getting the win for this one. 7 innings, 1 run. I can't remember how many hits he gave up exactly, but a very good game for him. 4 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. A good game and a win for Jamie DeVillard. Now you'll definitely see Jamie DeVillard again at some point this season, probably in a All-Star game, in a minor league All-Star game at some point this season. So, we're going to have time to focus on him for sure. And, there's a couple of those guys that have 99 potential pitchers that, we really want to kind of key on. Now, we go to another game here between Chattanooga and Birmingham. This is another AA game, and another pitcher here to focus on for the Birmingham Barons. Now, I can't remember who the Birmingham Barons AAA, I don't know who their major league affiliate is. It might be Boston. The Boston team is named Barons, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that. All I do know is that Peter Valencia is the guy that we're going to be focusing on here for Boston. 23 years of age, and I think he is still probably a couple of years away. Only a 76 overall pitcher. I think he's still a couple of years away, but I think he will do really well here in AA against these AA hitters. He gets a strikeout here to get the first out of the inning, so that was a good pitch, swinging right through it for the first out of the ball game there, and a beautiful pitch. So now 3-2, and just below the knees there, as that's a ball 4, a walk for Valencia here. And now an 0-1 pitch. Ground ball. Third baseman's got it. Throws over to second base, and they get the out at second. No chance for a double play. That was a really nice play, by the way, by the third baseman. And then, to end the first inning, a strikeout. We got him swinging there to end the top of the first. And a good start and a good first inning for Peter Valencia tonight. As another prospect here, we didn't swing with him or anything until later on in the game, but Leo Crispo, 61 overall, so really he's got a couple of years of development again to go. Now in the top of the second inning, that ball is driven out to right field, and it's actually to left field, excuse me, and it is a home run. So a bomb there by Peterson to give the AA Lookouts the lead here in the top of the second inning. As that ball was crushed, trying to rob it there, but just didn't have a very good angle on it. So now, let's see, he responds to the home run with getting a strikeout here. So, good response pitch and a good response at bat for Peter Valencia. And again, looking at that pitch again, he was way off on it. And now, to end the bottom of the second, another strikeout. So Valencia, man, he's got some strikeout stuff here in this game, especially as through 2 innings, I believe. Another K, man, he is just getting a lot of those strikeouts now. Bottom of the second inning, 2 men on here. Fielder's choice of fly out and a hit by pitch. They do get 2 runs, though. A base hit by the number 9 hitter to give the Birmingham Barons a 2-1 lead, and another strikeout for Peter Valencia. 5 already here for him on the night, and he is dominating these hitters. They're just, his stuff is just too nasty for these AA hitters to contend with. And now a full count pitch. Man, it's inside, just inside for a ball, so a couple of walks for Valencia, but look at his line here so far. Only 1 hit, a few 5 Ks, and 3 walks, though. That is a little bit concerning. But now, he went 2 away in the inning. a 1-1 pitch that is a perfect strike. And now here comes the 1-2 pitch to him. Is a ground ball to the shortstop, over to second in time to get the out. I thought that was going to be a strikeout. I was expecting a strikeout there. I was ready to punch him out, but it's a ground ball out to end the top of the 3rd inning. So now we keep going here, top of the 4th, and now it is David Peterson, the man who hit the home run in his last AB in the 2nd inning. And let's see what Valencia can do against Tim, getting a little revenge on him maybe. And he gets him to ground out to 3rd base for the first out of the 4th. Now 0-2 pitch to the next batter here. And it's a swing and a miss. A low fastball, a nasty pitch by Valencia for his 6th strikeout of the game. And man, the movement on that low fastball, just no chance. Now 2-2 pitch is a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove for another strikeout. And that is 7 for Valencia through 4 innings. And again, man, only 1 hit allowed, a few walks allowed, but besides the home run by Peterson, Peter Valencia dominating so far here tonight for Birmingham. So now the Barons get another run in the quick advantage. They're up 3-1 and another strikeout from Peter Valencia. Just keep going, my man. 8 strikeouts now for Peter Valencia so far in this ball game. And my goodness, his fastball is just impossible for these double A hitters to time up. Would he get one more? Oh, he would get a ground ball, a hard hit ground over to shortstop. So I don't know if he comes in for the 7th inning or not. But, man, 6 innings of really good ball for Peter Valencia tonight. And that would actually be the end of his game as we go into the quick managing here. And in the bottom of the 6th, Leo Crispo up, and he would get a hit. That would be his 2nd hit of the game. So Peter Valencia trying to get through the 7th, and he would get one more strikeout just for good measure. Peter Valencia, man, 7 innings. 9 Ks, 1 hit allowed, and a few walks. That was domination. What a performance by Peter Valencia in this game. And now you bring in their closer here, and all of a sudden, man, the closer is having a lot of trouble closing the ball game out, and he gives up 3 runs, and he gives up 4 runs. So now, all of a sudden, you've got Chattanooga taking the lead in the top of the 9th, and now Birmingham is trailing 5-4. So now Leo Crispo, who has a triple, a single, and a ribby in the game tonight, he is up to lead off the 9th inning, and he'll get another hit here, it looks like, and yeah, that would fall in for a single. That would be his 3rd hit of the ball game now. So, man, Leo Crispo having himself a good game, and now the Birmingham Barons trying to come back in this one. That's a ground ball, little chopper up the middle, and then going out to the pitcher, goes to second for 1, and they can't get the man at first, and they don't get the man at second. So nobody gets out there in that situation. And now the next batter, little pop-up. Oh, man, that's a huge out for the pitcher here. 1 down, now full count to the leadoff man. And it's going to be a base hit. Dropping in, here comes Leo Crispo around 3rd. He's going to score, and the Barons tie the game. 5-5 here in the bottom of the 9th. And that guy fired up, as he should be, as the Barons overcome the 4-run inning by Chattanooga in the top of the 9th and tie the game at 5. That's a huge strike count, though. To get the 2nd out of the 9th inning, though, that was a massive K. As, man, that pitch was nasty. So now 2 away, 1-2 pitch, and then another strikeout to end the bottom of the 9th. So he's pumped up there. They do tie the game with a base hit. Leo Crispo coming in to score, and man, exciting stuff, because we are going to extras. What a game we have here between Chattanooga and Birmingham. So here we go into extra innings. Sylvester North coming on to pitch here in the top of the 10th inning, a man on second, but North would get a ground ball to first base to end the top of the 10th. So here we go, bottom of the 10th inning, a chance for a walk-off for the Barons here. It will be the third walk-off of the franchise that we've had so far. So let's see what happens. Thomas Burrow is coming in the ball game for Chattanooga. 31-year-old relief pitcher now. And let's see, can he force this to an 11th inning? As he would get a strikeout and a high fastball out of the strike zone. A nasty pitch and a K. So now, 2 down here in the 10th. And another strikeout and a high fastball to end the bottom of the 10th inning. And a lot of strikeouts on that high fastball. That pitch working for Chattanooga and Birmingham tonight. So here we go, top of the 11th inning, first and third. 2-2 pitch is a ground ball. Line drive actually caught by the second baseman. 2 down in the inning now. Oh boy, here we go. This is crunch time as Chad, I can't remember that last name, but he did a ground ball. Second baseman up with it. Only 9 speed, and the throw pulls the runner off the first baseman off the bag, and the runner would be safe. Oh my, that was a terrible throw by the second baseman. Now, we are in Double-A, so the fielding stats of these players are really not very good, but come on, man. How do you have that be an error? You have so much time to throw that baseball to first base. That guy's got 9 speed. So a huge mistake gives Chattanooga a 6-5 lead here on the 11th inning. Now a strikeout would end the top of the 11th, but now, from the second time on the night, the Barons are down to their final 3 outs. So now we have Leo Crispo coming up again. 3 for 4 in the game, the triple and a couple of base hits. Have yourself a night. Can you get another hit? And he would not, as he would look at a high fastball for strike 3, a humongous K. The best batter in the lineup right now in this game, at least. And they would get him on a nasty strikeout, a nasty high fastball for the first out. A full count pitch, and another strikeout. They would get him on another high fastball for another K. And I don't know how many times I've said a high fastball for a strikeout in this game. It's been a lot. It's been a lot because a high fastball has been a great pitch for both teams tonight. Now down to the last out of the game, and it's a little flare. Pop up basically into the outfield on the left. That is going to be caught, and that will end the ball game. So Chattanooga taking care of business. Peter Valencia definitely pitching well enough to get the win in this ball game, but he doesn't because the bullpen blows it for him here in the 9th inning, and then a massive error in the top of the 11th inning there. And Chattanooga takes this one here 6-5 in extra innings in the 11th inning. So we have a couple more guys only really to showcase here. And the first one is the Iowa Cubs AAA team here, and Jay Myers. As you can look at his stats, and my goodness, this guy is going to be a stud, I believe it. 99 speed and 99 base running aggressiveness. The ceiling isn't great. I mean, it's still really, really good, actually, so take that back. 81 stealing, and he's got some pretty good hitting stats. And, man, I think he's only a couple of years away from being a starter in the majors. And the other guy here for Iowa is David Carrillo, their catcher prospect. He's got some really good stats already. Not a great defensive catcher right now, but 80 contact versus lefties, 60 contact versus righties, but he's only 20 years old, so he's got a few years to grow and be a starting catcher. So here we go, we're going to show these two guys off, and then I believe we have one more prospect to showcase after this one. So here we go into the game, into this one, as actually, before we get to Jay Myers or their catcher there, Peter Navarro, coming up here, we're going to showcase him and focus on him as well. 75 overall, 21 years old. He is only B potential, but he's got some good hitting stats. And one thing about the prospects here that I should mention also is, if a prospect has a really good season, and I'm going to come in and focus on the ratings. If a prospect is doing good, but the game is for some reason hurting their stats, I go in there and I change it and I increase them. We will also choose a AA and AAA player of the year, and we're going to increase their potential by 2 to 3 overall points. So we'll talk about later as the year is when the year is over. But now we have Jay Myers, who's actually trying to lay down a bunt here because of his 99 speed. Makes sense, right? He can probably beat out a bunt if he tries to lay it down. But then he just decides, okay, that didn't work, so I'm just going to swing away. And man, he hits it really well, but to the center fielder there. I don't know why I blanked on that for a little bit, but a line drive right to the center fielder for the out. Now David Carrella coming up to bat here. That young catching prospect, and let's see what he does. The 1-2 pitch to him is strike 3 called. Man, that was a beautiful pitch to David Carrella, who just stood there and looked at it because that was a really good pitch. Now Peter Navarro coming up for his second at bat. Already a 3-0 game. The Braves really tacking on and really scoring some runs early here in this one against the Cubbies, and that would be a fly ball and a pop-up. Now, of course, the Cubs, the AA affiliate for the Chicago Blue Sox, and the Mississippi Braves, the AA affiliate for the Atlanta Crusaders. So I know that because Atlanta and Chicago, I mean, they correspond to the names of the Major League teams and where they're at. And Jay Myers, man, unlucky again. How about that? He crushed that ball, but it's a line drive right to the shortstop for the out. So now David Carrella struck out his first time, and he would get a base hit into the outfield for a single. So David Carrella at least getting a hit, the first hit of the prospects that we were showing here. And now Peter Navarro, man on third base here, fly ball into the outfield, and that's going to be deep enough, you would think, to tag the runner from third base, and yes, it would be, as Peter Navarro getting an RBI here tonight for the Braves, 4-0. Bottom of the 7th inning here, Jay Myers, his third at bat of the game, and he would send a drive into the gap, 99 speed, maybe a triple, but no, they get the ball in quick, and it's a double for Jay Myers, his first hit of the night. And now the 2-0 pitch, fly ball, it's shallow center field, not really shallow, pretty deep, and we don't tag up Jay Myers here. I probably should have, because he probably would have been safe. But now the next batter here, Xander Reel. He hits another fly ball center field, and that one is about the same distance, maybe even deeper, and we're going to try it. We're going to send him to third base, and he's going to be safe. And that's what speed does. Not many guys I would be comfortable with trying to send to third on a fly ball like that, but Jay Myers I am, because his speed is just crazy good. Now, the next guy unfortunately can't bring Jay Myers home as he grounds it out to second base to end the inning. So, end of the 7th here. And Peter Navarro starting off the top of the 8th here, and 0 for 2 with that sac fly earlier. And so let's see what he will do here. 2-0 pitch to him in the top of the 8th inning is a fly ball, pretty deep into left field, into right field, taking the right fielder back, and my goodness, taking the right fielder all the way to the wall where he catches it, unfortunately for Peter Navarro. Now Jay Myers here, 2 men on base here for him here in the top and bottom of the 9th, and he would send a fly ball, man, right to the center fielder. He's getting some good contact and getting some good wood on it, but again, only that one double. Now David Carrella 1 for 3 in that line drive right to first base to get the out. So 2 away now for the Bears and the Cubs actually, and man, they don't want to get shut out, but they actually win because that's a perfect line drive double into the gap. 1 run would score, and up to second base with a double, an RBI double there for that batter. The next batter, I believe, and now we got John Nowakowski, and he would hit a base hit up the middle into center field. That would score 1. That's going to score 2. So all of a sudden, the Cubs coming back here in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 3-run rally here with 2 away. But unfortunately for them, the next batter getting underneath the ball and sending a fly out. Man, it was hit very well, but into the outfield, and then it's caught for the 3rd and final out. So we got a couple of RBIs, Jay Myers and a double, Carrella with 1 hit. Everybody got a hit that we focused on in this game. Actually, Peter Navarro did not get a hit, but he did get an RBI. And the Braves holding on there in the late rally by the Cubs, and they would win it 4-3. Now we got one more prospect to focus on here in this episode, and his name is Edmundo Tejera. As again, this is the last guy we will be focusing on here in this episode. 66 overall, 21 years old, not a very polished prospect. He still definitely needs, at least a few years of development. His hitting stats are not, really none of his stats are that great. And a 1-0 pitch here in his first at-bat of the night is a line drive that is down for extra bases. It's a double, and yes, he would go into second base with a double there in his first at-bat here in the top of the second inning. So a nice hit, a nice swing, as, he hit that ball very well, and we'll get to second base on it. And sending to his next appearance here in the top of the fourth inning. And he hits it very hard, very well, but it's just a ground out, just an out. And that's really the first out of the fifth. Now, his team, he plays for the Biloxi, that Biloxi team, and man, they are getting kind of crushed right now by Jacksonville. There's 5 runs, they're 5-0 here. So now we get Edmundo Tejera in his third at bat, 1 for 2 on the night with a man on first base. He would hit a ball deep into right field, and that ball is gone. Edmundo Tejera with an absolute shot into right field, and he knew it right away. He does a little bat flip there, and a huge home run to get them on the scoreboard. And it's a 5-2 game now for Biloxi, and man, that ball was crushed. He knew it right away. Not really a bat flip, but just laying the bat down all casual, and Wilbuz knew it too. So now a 2-5 game here, 2 for 3 with that home run and the double. And now his final bat of the night, and he would pop it up. Actually, didn't really pop it up. It's still a very deep fly ball center field, but it's going to be caught. So 2 for 4 on the afternoon for him, and I believe that would be the final bat for him, and it would be. So continuing with the minor league prospects here, we're going to have a few more episodes, but I thank you guys for watching this episode here. Have a great day, guys. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars.